Hello YouTube, this is Jaybert1992 with your 8th C++ tutorial. In this video I will show you a different way to declare variables. Basically what I mean by that is down here, this group right here that I highlighted, this is the declaration. You're declaring Susie's age to be equal to 74, wage per hour to be equal to 1865, and so on. Well, say you have a big long code and you want to condense it down a little bit, you want to make things a little not as long, you want to make it more condensed. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Well, you can actually write equals 74 up here, and basically that does the exact same thing. So what that does is it goes from left to right, as I showed you in other tutorials, kind of like with the cout statements, how it goes left to right. What it does is it declares Susie age, okay, and then it says, okay, I want to set it equal to 74. Okay, and just to show you that that works, let me go ahead and build and run. And Susie is 74 years old because it carries on for the rest of the program. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write her wage per hour is equal to 1865. Now you don't have to include these spaces. It's just personal preference. I like it because it looks more neat, and then when I code on my own I include a lot of extra spaces just to make it look nicer. So we can go ahead and clear this out right here, okay? Because why would we have to write the same thing twice? Her wage is 1865, okay? She earns 1865 per hour, okay? So now I'm going to show you a different way. Instead of writing equals, say you want to condense your code even more, you can open a parenthesis and that gets rid of the equal sign. So basically what this does is it says, okay, let me take a char variable type and let me create a variable under char and let me set it equal to this C. The parentheses is kind of like saying is equal to, okay, just when you're declaring variables, okay? You wouldn't, yeah, okay. So, same thing down here. I'm going to just go ahead and copy and paste this. That way we don't fudge up her phone number. Okay, oops. Just make sure if you're dealing with a string, you have the double quotes, and if you're dealing with a char, you have the single quotes, okay? So let me go ahead and take this out. So right here is two different ways you can write is equal to, or you can do a parenthesis, okay? And both of them are the same thing. So let me go ahead and compile and run this. And you can see Susie is 74 years old. She earns $18.65 an hour. This is when I wrote the equal sign. And then she lives in apartment C, and she can be reached at, and then it has her phone number. This is using the parentheses. So that's just a quick tutorial on showing you how to declare variables a different way. A lot of times, I bounce back and forth. I use both of these quite frequently when I'm coding for real, and it just comes down to personal preference. So it's just kind of like naming your variables. You get to choose the exact name. You can call it her age, well, wage per hour. You can write her salary per whatever, or you can write her earnings per hour. That's up to you whether you want to say wage or not. This is just kind of how this is too. You get to choose if you want to use parentheses and then declare it. And you know what, really quick, just to avoid confusion, let me just go ahead and change all of these to the parentheses, because I just want to show you that if you do this with numbers, you don't have any kind of quotes, because it's not a char, so you don't put any single quotes, and it's not a string, so you don't put double quotes. You just leave the number by itself. You still do the parentheses, but you leave the number by itself. When you compile and run, you can see 74, 1865. So thank you for watching.